Ryan Garcia just dominated Mario Barrios, becoming the new WBC welterweight champion of the world. It looked exactly like the guy who beat Devin Haney. At least velocity-wise, he was relentless on Barrios. The amount of right hands, it was alarming. The first right hand Garcia landed, I was so shocked that Barrios just took that, especially seeing it from other angles. It was a whip, and Barrios just ate it. That guy has a chin of steel. Figure I'll give him some form of credit. There's not really much else I could say in a positive manner about Barrios in this one. He kind of just survived. And if you watch my prediction video, I was pretty spot on. I said that if Ryan hurt him early, gained his respect in like round 1 or 2, Barrios would kind of just make it a cakewalk from there for Ryan, and that's pretty much what happened. Because a lot of guys, once they feel the power, even just being in there with Ryan, knowing what he presents or brings to the table, they're hesitant. And that's exactly what Barrios was. He should probably hang it up. I genuinely don't know where he goes from here. This was a do or die moment for both guys, and, you know, unfortunately for Barrios, even before this, getting a draw versus a 50-year-old Pacquiao, I don't care who he is, he's 50. So yeah, best of luck to him in his future endeavors. But Ryan Garcia is back on top. I'm so happy that he won because there's so many matchups that could be made for this guy. He said after the fight he was looking at Shakur Stevenson, which I think is a horrible idea. I think Ryan should stay long and far away from Shakur. Unless Shakur comes up to 147, we don't need to be fighting in catch weights. Okay, I don't think Ryan should be going down to 144. Who knows if he could even make that weight anymore. He couldn't make 140 versus Haney. The lowest he was even able to get down to was 143 versus him and Duarte. And when you look at Ryan on the scales at 146.5, he looks like he literally can't cut anymore or he might pass out. And Shakur saying there's going to be a rehydration clause in place. The same with Conor Benn if he were to fight him. I think that's bullshit. I'm sorry. Ryan Garcia's A-side. Shakur don't got that many fans to where he could be calling the shots. I think if Shakur wants it, you go up to 147. I get he just went up to 140 for T.O. And I swear he was just talking about going back down to 135. So I don't even know why he's entertaining a fight versus Ryan, even though, I mean, I think Shakur wins. I think Shakur's the best fighter in the world. His defense is too good. Ryan just doesn't have the tools to beat him. In a lot of ways, he is still one-dimensional. You know, if you talk about the right hand versus Barrios, but Ryan's right hand gets injured a lot. He's had 2 surgeries for it so far. It looks shot to hell after this Barrios fight with how many times he threw it. Says he needs a couple months for it to heal. And we saw what he looks like when he's in a position where he can't throw it. Against Rolly, absolutely has nothing else to offer. And Ryan gets too comfortable using one hand rather than the other. Like, a guy like Shakur will eat him up for it. And yeah, Ryan's powerful. I would give him more of a chance than T.O. had, because T.O., it looks like his power didn't really cross over that well from 135. Ryan is a lot bigger of a dude, so yeah, I think he would have a better shot of catching T.O. and hurting him, but I just don't see him beating him. And I'll tell you what, if that fight does get made next, horrible managing from not just Ryan's team, but Turkey, because he's most likely going to be involved in the matchmaking and putting on the event. You got Ryan and Haney both as champions at 147 right now. Make that rematch. They could have put it on the Times Square card. Both had been out for a year, so it would have been on an even playing field, but they wanted fucking warm-up fights for both guys, and Ryan lost. Haney put on the shittiest fight ever. Now, Haney's coming off a pretty good win versus Brian Norman. He got a knockdown. That's like the only highlight of the fight. And now Ryan's a world champion. Literally, when is there gonna ever be a better time for that fight than right now? I don't want to see Ryan get jabbed all night by Shakur, and then another loss gets put on his record. What about Conor Benn? Wasn't Shakur calling him out? And Conor's at 147 as well. You can make that on the undercard. I think that would make a lot more sense, because I really don't see where the rivalry between Ryan and Shakur comes from. Okay, they went off on each other a couple times on Twitter. They do that with everybody. There's really no actual legitimate beef there. What, they fought once in the amateurs? Okay. Yeah, I heard Shakur steamrolled him in the amateurs. Ryan says it was close or that he thought he won. And if anything, Ryan in the amateurs was a lot more ferocious than he is now. And he was a lot quicker too. Like, he's fast now, don't get me wrong, but back when he was a featherweight, you know, look at his knockouts versus Duno, Fonseca. He was lightning fast. He is not that quick anymore. He has put on way too much weight. We see how good Shakur is. You know, maybe if him versus T.O. was a little bit more more competitive, then I would say, okay, maybe Ryan has a chance. But nah, I'm sorry, I can't see a world where Ryan wins that fight. You know, I see these boxing commentators like Weight Concept saying, oh, please give me the Shakur Ryan fight. It will be the biggest fight America has ever seen. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, Ryan beat the brakes off Barrios. He did, he's champ now, but Barrios was a guy in decline. He has not looked good for a very long time. That is not Shakur, and that should not give you the confidence to throw Ryan in there with Shakur. And Ryan in the post-fight interview talking about, oh, you're gonna need some power to keep me off you. Yeah, I don't buy that. I think Shakur has power. I think Haney has power. I think they all have power. I just don't think they look for the knockouts. I mean, we saw Tio's face after he fought Shakur. I bet he was thinking the same thing. Oh, Shakur has no power, always goes the distance. Well, I'm gonna jump on him and he's not gonna be able to handle me. He made Tio look just about the same as he looked versus Kambosos. And he fought a majority of that fight in the pocket with him. Shakur made his face look like that, just basically using his jab. And Ryan's defense is way worse than Tio, so I think we just gotta save that fight for another time. Maybe when Shakur gets a lot bigger, could actually make 147, because these catchweights are ridiculous. Fight guys in your own weight class. Tanks just gotta stop beating women, grow a pair of balls, and fight Shakur. That's his money fight. And Ryan should be keeping his eyes on Devin Haney, because that is the fight where everything went wrong, where this whole shit started. He has to right the wrongs of that, and if he could come out on top, then there's no question marks around the first fight. He actually beat Devin, and at that point it would be him beating him twice, so it'd be even more impressive. We just got to get that fight rolling. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Very happy that Ryan won. It was good to see him finally getting a win. He is now 25-2 with 20 knockouts. I do think he could have finished Barrios, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just happy he got the 12 rounds under his belt. Confidence is back. Great way to go into a fight with Haney and potentially chase undisputed. You know, why not? I never really thought of Ryan getting to that point, but you know, if he could run it back with Rolly and look as good as he did against Barrios, I get it, different styles, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what the future holds. But the Shakur shit, nah, I don't like it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Who do you think he should fight next? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.